Fortnite just released a new patch that you'll have to look under the ground instead of up in the air for some insane treasure. The Week 2 challenges have been leaked, plus some more idea borrowing from their greatest competition, Apex Legends, and the coming soon Black Hole to discuss. The patch brought about a new legendary item, which is a treasure map that when selected from your inventory will show a direction on your UI, plus a glowing golden beam of light from a spot on the map where a treasure chest supply drop that contains at least one legendary item in that X mark spot if you dig it up. Sure, you could just try to randomly flail your pickaxe wildly at spots on the ground, but that's no skin type behavior. Come on now, douche canoes. With this item, you'll instead look like one of those dumbass tourists standing in the middle of the fucking sidewalk taking up all the goddamn room while trying to figure out where in the hell you are while staring down at the map, or now if you're in the 21st century, the GPS on your phone. In other item changes, the type of rifle you never want to see pop out of a chest, no, not the scoped rifle, the other one, the recently introduced infantry semi-auto rifle now has a slightly less chance of dropping, as well as the clingers, even more so by 50% from chests, because this is a game about building after all, even though the mats have been limited to 500 per type and a supercalifragilisticexpial atrocious decision. Much to the delight of eardrums everywhere, the bottle rockets have been vaulted to only probably reappear sometime around the 4th of July for patriotic reasons. Speaking of audio, the new assault rifle sound has been made less overbearing on the shooter, since it now just really sounds like every other generic FPS game's rifle sounds. The obnoxious Season 8 Victory Royale steel drum glider noise has been lowered, as well as improved footstep audio, so you could actually attempt to figure out where the person that you're engaged in volunteer work for Habitat for Humanity, I mean a build battle, actually is. Lastly, new features, back blings, which are only second to tramp stamp is an awful word for something on a person's back, can now be purchased separately from their set pieces if you'd rather just have them separate from their corresponding skin, or if you're poor and don't have enough money for the entire set. However, it wouldn't be a patch from Epic Games without some issues like an insta-kill tile in the world near the fork knife that puts the fatal in fatal fields, which makes sense that there's only one place for these two utensils because there are enemy spoons littering everywhere else in the goddamn map. As a mea culpa for the marshmallow skin owners not having their skin actually change colors and react to the world around them similar to the pickaxe version, Epic has decided to make reparations, which is probably a word I shouldn't use for such a trivial gripe, by giving a new loading screen that they just reused an asset from the event poster for, the minimal type of effort you'd of course expect. Additional gripes have been made about the performance of the game on consoles, but what do you expect Epic to do with obsolete when it launched hardware? Not even a disc tray-less Xbox One S digital that is rumored for April of 2019, bundled with Fortnite, because apparently Xbox owners are so dumb they can't even download a free-to-play game on it, can help out in the performance category. Speaking of loading screens, the Week 2 challenges loading screen and secret banner location that will be live tomorrow have been leaked. For those that didn't do the mundane tasks at the end of Season 7, nor have access to their parents' credit card, the tasks are dealing damage to descending supply drops, which had their HP lowered in a prior patch, so it should be a joy to find people just staring up in the sky, firing away while you run up and shotgun them in the face. Then dealing damage to opponents with a pirate cannon that will cause prepubescent shrieks of rage everywhere emanating from crusty basements because of how fucking difficult it is to use them for shit other than taking down building and getting your slow lazy ass out of the storm. And finally, eliminations at Haunted Hills, which is where you should never be, or Salty Springs, which they finally got someone to fix that broken building because they probably got sick of constantly repairing the one in Tilted that keeps getting destroyed. For those that did extra, either challenge-wise or monetarily, for a carrot to dangle, the first task is to search chests in different name locations, followed by visiting 4 different locations. The northernmost location, that is probably that origami whatchamacallit in Junk Junction. The southmost location in between the snow and sand, that is Lucky Landing. The easternmost location, that is the abandoned mansion, just like Epic has abandoned its core gameplay philosophy for crazy beepity bops like drift boards and cannons. And the westernmost location in the backyards of the houses at Snobby Shores, like you're going pool hopping because you can't afford one. There are 2 different stage challenges as well, the first being to gain health from apples, then gaining health from medkits, and the other being a 5-part landing challenge. The block, which had its turtle design leaked last week, oopsie, then Dusty Divot, that is just awful without zip lines, Polar Peak, that isn't all that interesting anymore now that the prisoner's free, Snobby Shores, which you should only do with that other aforementioned challenge, and finally Paradise Palms, where you'll inevitably need a rift to get back into the action. Accomplish all of these tasks to nab this loading screen here that looks like it's straight out of the Terminator ending, lowering T-1000 into a cauldron, but the hidden battle star can be seen here, which is fairly obvious that you're going to have to sacrifice a virgin, I mean yourself, to the volcano in order to go nab it. That's not all for locations, as players have noticed that vans have been popping up around the map, and these ones don't have free candy painted on the side and don't have chloroform kids in the back. But speculation has begun that these will be similar to the respawn beacons that are currently available in the hottest surprise, motherfucker, Battle Royale on the planet Apex Legends. These vans don't do shit as of the time of this video. However, since we're dealing with Epic Games, games that routinely jacks other people's content almost as bad as Barstool, these locations shown on the map here might end up being the interactive spots that will allow players to respawn back into the game, given that there is already a respawn into Battle Royale oxymoronic mechanic currently in the game. Other new shit that has been data mined that starts with another rifle that will probably take a backseat to the SCAR and AK, but it's called the Battle Rifle 60, that might unfortunately be the epic and legendary variations of the aforementioned semi-auto infantry rifle, especially given the changes in the drop rate with this current patch. It can also be a new version of the FAMAS burst rifle that could fill the gap between single fire and automatic fire, but that would clearly be way too intelligent of a thing to actually hope for. Additionally, an octopus vehicle has been found in files that zero is known about it except for its name, but based on the fact that eventually the southwest portion of the map will melt and there's a huge new area of water that is Lazy Lagoon, it makes sense that there might be a faster way to traverse the most annoying shit in the map. Anyways, what do you think about these potential new mechanics coming in Fortnite, and have you found any booty yet? Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about the treasure map, people. I've been the Schwans27, making like a banana and splitting. Until next time.